Top of the Rock bribed me into buying hypebeast outfits and kicked me out. I went to Top of the Rock, and as soon as I got in, they had a rep approach me with an offer I couldn't refuse. Buy hypebeast gear or leave. They handed me a Balenciaga hoodie, Supreme sneakers, and a bathing ape cap, and told me it was part of some exclusive deal with Rockefeller. I wasn't interested and said I'd pass. Big mistake. They kicked me out and literally took all my clothes off in retaliation. I was embarrassed beyond belief. Do not waste your time here. 0 stars. 2. The fart through the vents. My toddler was terrified. My family was up at the Top of the Rock when a fart came blasting through the vents. It smelled like cheese and was loud and repetitive, just echoing over and over. My toddler got so scared she started crying because she thought it was the cheese monster. She kept pointing and saying, "No more fart!" It was horrifying for her, and nobody knew where it was coming from. A very unsettling experience. 1 star. 3. Schizo dancing and jumping off the building. So I was enjoying the view when a guy started doing weird dances in the middle of the observation deck. Weird jerky movements like something out of a horror film. Then out of nowhere, he jumped off the edge. I almost died of shock. He was listening to Delirious by Kid Ink on full blast while doing it. How did he get past security? This is not the type of excitement I came for. 1 star. 4. There was a car in the building. Cringe. This was so cringe. I went to the Top of the Rock, and they literally had a car inside the building. I don't even know how or why it was there, but they had it all roped off like it was some kind of art installation. It felt forced and out of place, like they were trying too hard to be edgy or cool. I didn't come to see a car, I came for the views. 2 stars. 5. Hypebeast designer clothes forced on me. I've never experienced anything like this. As soon as I walked into the Rockefeller Center, they forced me to try on hypebeast clothes. It was like I had no choice. I tried to refuse, but they wouldn't let me leave unless I at least put on a Balenciaga hoodie. It was uncomfortable, and they kept saying, "You'll look cooler in this. Trust us." It felt like a weird pressure tactic. Very odd. 0 stars. 6. Child forced to buy Balenciaga and bathing ape. He was crying like an animal. I witnessed a child being forced to buy Balenciaga and bathing ape gear at the Top of the Rock. This poor kid started weeping so hard it sounded like an animal. He was crying and begging to leave, but they didn't care. They threw him out for not complying and told him he wasn't allowed back unless he had the right clothes. What is happening to Rockefeller Center? This is turning into a hypebeast money laundering center. 1 star. 7. Hypebeast merch with a strange smell. I've had enough. More instances of forced hypebeast merch selling at Top of the Rock, and now the clothes smell strange. The Balenciaga hoodie I bought had a weird, almost chemical scent, and I'm pretty sure they're selling clothes that have been sitting around in some musty warehouse. It wasn't just the clothes. The entire store had an odd smell. I regret every second of my purchase. 1 star. 8. The creepy room with 1 chair and hypebeast. There's this creepy room at the Rockefeller Center with weird drawings on the walls and a single chair in the middle. No explanation, just some creepy artwork and a spotlight on the chair. And of course, there was more hypebeast merch displayed everywhere. It gave off some serious cult vibes, like it was part of some twisted marketing stunt. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. 0 stars. 9. Shameless Mr. Beast impersonator disappoints kids. This was the worst. Some guy was impersonating Mr. Beast at the Top of the Rock, but instead of giving away money like the real Mr. Beast, he was just disappointing kids by doing cheap tricks and trying to hype them up with false promises. He had no charisma and just made everyone feel uncomfortable. The kids were crying because he didn't live up to their expectations. 1 star. Smelled like gross old cheese. Ruined the experience. Went to the Top of the Rock expecting breathtaking views, but all I got was a nose full of funky old cheese smell. It was like someone left a block of moldy cheddar baking in the sun up there. Every time the elevator doors opened, it hit me like a punch to the face. Not worth $40 to stand in a cheese-scented wind tunnel. Rockefeller Center needs to invest in some Febreze ASAP. Rich kid with designer clothes tried to claim he was a Rockefeller. Annoying experience. So I went to the top of the rock, excited for the views. But I got stuck next to this obnoxious little kid in designer clothes who wouldn't stop talking. First of all, he was wearing head-to-toe Gucci, flexing like he was the next big thing. He kept loudly, "I'm basically a Rockefeller. You can't even imagine how rich I am." He proceeded to name drop like his family owned half of New York, and every time someone walked by, he'd say, "I'm basically a Rockefeller. I'm gonna own this place one day." Like, dude, you're a 10-year-old with a shiny backpack. No one cares. His parents were completely ignoring him while he sat there bragging to anyone who would listen. He kept taking selfies with the skyline in the background, then dramatically sighing like he was on some reality show. Honestly, I was just there to look at the views, not to hear about how rich some kid thinks he is. Big yikes. Wouldn't come back if I knew I'd have to deal with him again. 1 star, and then we get into the mother-clucking billboards. Insert various mentally sterile chicken noises. Cluck cluck, bok bok, ka-chow, cuckoo. For the sake of this story, we'll call it celebrity slop. And oh fucking boy, here it goes. Endless, idiotic posters with washed-out stars with concerningly fetishistic titles, all animated crudely while a lolcat dances to the "I has Shea Burger" loading screen music, trying to appeal to kids whilst also simultaneously appealing to washed-up boomer crackpipers. The main list read stuff like, Bill Clinton, spotted eating sandwich, accidentally mocks himself, fans confused. Hillary Clinton discovers new ice cream flavor, immediately starts campaigning for it. Laura Bush hires squirrel as personal assistant, claims it's more productive than Congress. Mr. Beast sets world record for giving away too much money. Bank account literally cries. P. Diddy announces new perfume. Ode to richness. Causes fans to suddenly become way too successful. Ryan Trahan tries to feed a horse. Ends up feeding himself. Horse apologizes, Matt groaning. Accidentally draws himself into The Simpsons. Fans question reality ALF. Accidentally farts on live TV. Blames it on cats. Fans confused but amused. PewDiePie farts mid-reaction video. Claims it's the greatest meme of 2025. Markiplier farts during epic gameplay. Fans petition for a fart edition of his merch. Rover Dangerfield does stand-up comedy. Farts mid-joke. Audience goes wild. Says it's the punchline. Mr. Burns' granddaughter farts in her inherited mansion. Demands it be put on the family crest. Bill Clinton spotted eating sandwich. Accidentally mocks himself. Fans confused. Hillary Clinton discovers new ice cream flavor. Immediately starts campaigning for it. Laura Bush hires squirrel as personal assistant. Claims it's more productive than Congress. Mr. Beast sets world record for giving away too much money. Bank account literally cries. P. Diddy announces new perfume. Ode to richness. Causes fans to suddenly become way too successful. Ryan Trahan tries to feed a horse. Ends up feeding himself. Horse apologizes, Matt groaning. Accidentally draws himself into The Simpsons. Fans question reality. Rover Dangerfield denied service at Goodwill. Claims, "I'm funny, not a service animal, but I'm still legit." Rover Dangerfield, the famous dog comedian, was turned away at Goodwill this week after attempting to browse for a new suit. Store employees allegedly told him, "Sorry, you're not a service animal." To which Rover responded, "Hey, I may not be a service dog, but I serve laughs." Fans are outraged, calling it canine discrimination. Rover, unfazed, barked, "I get no respect. 40 mini Tisurnan."